Hey guys, wanted to make a video. A friend of mine is trying 80-10-10 and had some questions for me, so I thought I'd answer her email in the form of a video. Trisha writes, "You know your fruit. I want to give 80-10-10 a try. Over the past month and a half, I've been trying something new. More cooked foods, varied carb sources other than fruit, beans, and protein powder. I'm feeling meh and bloated, not satisfied. I need to be able to build muscle." She's training for a figure competition next year. "What do you know about building muscle on a high-carb 8-1-1 diet? How many calories would I need to take in? At this point, I'm trying to get as lean as possible but still build muscle. The hard part for me is that my performance has always been my focus, and my main goal is to be strong as hell." That's also how I love to work out, too. Awesome. Thumbs up. With this new goal of competing next summer, though, I need to have a focus a bit more on my aesthetic than I have in the past. And so just to give you some background, Trisha's been vegan for I think like a year and a half, and she's a personal trainer at a vegan gym called Beyond Fit in Austin. Check it out. Her website is facebook.com/vegantk. I'll put links in the boxes and below and everything. Check that out. And it's funny that I'm wearing the Paleo Gym in Austin, where they told me that my body fat was lower than everybody else, and they couldn't understand because I was only eating fruits and vegetables. And doesn't fruit make you fat? So, Trisha, to answer your question, also, first off, awesome on going for the figure competition. I feel like I'm not even in a position to give you advice because I bodybuild or anything like that, but I do know 80-10-10 fairly well. And I've been doing it for a while now, and last month or so I've been 100%. And so I guess what I would say is you need to eat a lot of calories. And for someone coming from a traditional vegan, like plant strong background, it's a little bit harder because the raw calories are less dense volume-wise than the cooked calories, so you need to eat more food to get the same amount of calories. So it takes some time, and your stomach has to adjust, but the main thing is that you want to have a Buddha belly after every meal. You should be stuffing your face. The stomach is meant to expand. So I would say, like, number one and two rules: eat when you're hungry until you're full. I know that you told me you do intermittent fasting in the past, where you don't eat until 12 o'clock. Stop. Don't do that anymore. If you want to succeed on 80-10-10, you can't do intermittent fasting. Why I think intermittent fasting in general is a bad idea is a whole nother video topic. But you need to eat when you're hungry until you're full, and when you're full, you're stuffed. So you want to eat till you're satiated and you're stuffed. So as far as amount of calories, you told me that you're eating about 1,800. I would say you need to be eating a lot more than that, especially as someone who works out as much as you. There's no way you can maintain your activity level on 1,800 calories. You're giving yourself an extreme caloric deficit at this point where you're going to crash and burn if you keep doing that much. So we need to eat more. And I know that's like tough to do and you feel like you're stuffing your face at every meal and you're like eating as much as you can. You can't fit anything else. Maybe you still feel kind of hungry because you're really not getting enough calories. You don't feel satisfied because you're not getting enough calories. So what I would do is I'm going to give you sort of what my strategy is for 80-10-10 and then how you can kind of supplement it now to get the needed calories in with some cooked foods, and then I'll kind of talk about that. But basically what I'm doing right now is breakfast is highest water content meal of the day. So half a watermelon, you get one of those like big HEB $9 watermelons. It's like 20 pounds. So you eat half of that for breakfast. That could take a while. Sometimes I'll take that half and I'll blend half of that half and then eat the other half, or blend the whole half of it. But breakfast should be your highest water content meal of the day. Citrus juice is good. I would say you don't need to do green juice. Eat your greens, don't need to drink your greens. 80-10-10 believes in whole foods. Juicing is not really a whole food. And read the book. For God's sakes, if you're like serious about doing it, read the book. I left a loaner copy at your gym for everybody to read, so that should be floating around somewhere. Find it, hunt it down, because it technically is my book. Read the book. There's so much, so that the book teaches you that people don't talk about. And it's not just like eat fruits and vegetables and be healthy. It's the science behind it, some of the history of things, all aspects of the science as far as like nutrition, epidemiology, genetics, comparative anatomy, things like that. Is a really good resource. So breakfast, highest water content meal of the day. If you're in a hurry, you just got to blend, 3 bananas up in a whole bunch of water. Like that's fine. This one wants a lot of attention. So lunch should be your most calorically dense meal in the day, and this is where you're going to need to be good at putting back an entire 2 liters of banana smoothie. I know you could drink 2 liters of green juice. 2 liters of banana smoothie is a little bit different. You want to have sweet fruits, which are the densest types of fruits, which are bananas, dates, and also I think jackfruit, figs, and persimmons are also considered sweet fruits, but mainly stick to bananas and dates. Those are the cheapest and easily available and in season all year round for the most part. You should be putting back a 13, 14, 15 banana smoothie at lunch every day, like no questions asked. So, and that in itself is, one banana is 100 calories, so it's 1,300 to 1,500 calories. Like that should be like just standard operating procedure if you're on 80-10-10. So if it's hard for you to eat that many bananas in one sitting in a smoothie, make sure they're dinosaur wiener ripe. I think we talked about that, brown spots, and just work your way up and just eat to your full, and then maybe take like 1 or 2 more sips, and eventually you'll get the calories in, and getting that 1,500 in is really going to help you. For an afternoon snack, I might do more bananas and dates if I'm in a heavy activity phase. For you, you're going to be bulking. It's a good way to get in extra calories around like 3 or 4 o'clock. Have another banana smoothie or like banana berry or something like that. If you can drink a whole another Vitamix full worth, a whole another 2-liter mason jar, awesome, do it. For dinner, you want to start out with like this is my pre-dinner fruit. So this is like 3 mangoes and an orange. So you want to have a little bit of subacid or acid fruit, like high water fruit, until you're done with sweet, and then you can have your vegetable dish, and you want to eat like a fuck ton of vegetables. So big salad, lettuce wraps, zucchini pasta, something like that. And if you don't know salad dressings, look them up on the internet. Look up 80-10-10 salad dressing recipes. There's so many videos, things like that. Tonight I made orange, avocado, and tomato. Really good. Another favorite of mine is mango tomato. But there's so many combinations and possibilities. Just find some ones that you like and experiment with them. So the main thing is that you're going to have to get a lot of calories in. And like I said, the banana smoothies are one of the best ways to do that. Bananas and dates are really calorically dense. If you do like 12 bananas and 10 dates, that can be a 1,900 calorie smoothie if they're the really big mid-joule dates. Just play with that. I would say as far as number of calories, you really want to be getting in twice your basal metabolic rate. So for you guys who don't know, basal metabolic rate is basically how many calories you burn like when you don't do any activity for the day. And mine is about 1930-ish. So when I was really doing my best, putting on mass and gaining strength, I was eating about 4,000 plus calories a day. So I want to say do at least double your basal metabolic rate. And if you don't know what that is, I would guess you need to be eating like at least 3,000 calories, which I know is a big jump from 1,800. So don't get freaked out about that. I would just say slowly ratchet up. Try to get to 2,000. Try to get to 2,200. Just, ease it up with time. And as sort of a cheat, well, I don't even want to say cheat, that's a bad word, but as sort of a bridge to get you there, stick with, for start, I would say you could eat some cooked starches at night, but make sure that they're gluten-free and just like foods with relatively low amounts of anti-nutrients. So 1 sweet potatoes and 2 rice. I would say stay away from any sort of like starchy vegetables or anything like that. Regular potatoes they have like anti-nutrients and things, and you usually don't have as much flavor, so you got to put stuff on them. You want to be putting minimal seasoning, no salt, no oil, anything like that, of course, on these starches or on any of your food, and that can sort of help you bridge the gap and get those extra calories in with those what some people call safe starches. But yeah, I would say stay away from beans. They're not going to digest well. Protein powders are not going to digest well. I think in my experience and the consensus of most of the 80-10-10 community, as far as like cooked starches, sweet potatoes and white rice are the best. White rice actually digests better than brown rice because it doesn't have the bran. That's a whole nother video. But yeah, get the calories in. So to review, eat when you're hungry until you're full. No intermittent fasting. Buddha belly. If you can get a food baby after every meal, you're doing it right. Breakfast, highest water content meal of the day. Lunch, most calorically dense meal of the day. Dinner, get all your vegetables in, and like some fruit if you want more fruit. Don't necessarily, it could be all vegetables if you want. And if you're really not feeling vegetables at all that day, I didn't eat any vegetables yesterday for the first time in like a week or two. I just ate all fruit, and then at night I had like a couple of avocados with just ate a couple of avocados, and I hadn't had avocados in like maybe a week and a half or so. So the other thing is I see you posting your macros. You don't need to hit 80-10-10 exactly every day or in every meal or anything like that. It's it's something over the course of a year or a month that you want to like maintain that average, and it's under 10% fat, under 10% protein, over 80% carbs. So if the protein and fat are a little lower, that's okay, and the carbs are a little higher, that's fine. And if you have a day like yesterday, I ate 2 avocados, my fat was probably 17-18%, but it doesn't really matter because a week and a half before that, when I wasn't eating any avocado, my fat was probably like 6-7%. So it's not something you need to get as an exact science. If you're doing things right over the long haul, you're gonna be 80-10-10 unless you're eating like tons of avocados and like tons of nuts and seeds all the time, which the idea is that you shouldn't be, but I really don't think you'll have a problem with that. So good luck, and let me know how it goes, and if you have any more questions, hit me up. And I hope that this was something that you guys were able to find helpful. Take care.